WWE could potentially lose Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch in 2024. It is being reported this afternoon by Fightful Select that Seth Rollins is set to enter free agency next summer. I got all the details of their report right here on Off the Script. Also, Charlotte Flair may be missing WrestleMania 40 with what is being described as a fairly serious injury that happened on Friday Night SmackDown. And the honeymoon phase of CM Punk is seemingly going very well. What is the backstage reaction to CM Punk back in WWE over the last 2 weeks? All this, plus so much more on today's OTS. We are going to start with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins is set to become a free agent in June of 2024. Add his name to the growing list of free agents in the world of pro wrestling, and you have one hell of a roster. Drew McIntyre, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, QT Marshall, Dustin Rhodes, Deonna Purrazzo, Alex Hammerstone. Says Fightful Select, they are confirming they all have deals coming up in 2024. The Street Profits and Sheamus, add those names to that list as well. But Seth Rollins, obviously, being the biggest name of them all. Fightful has learned that Rollins in June of 2024, and as of a couple of weeks ago, free agency is on the horizon. There have not been any discussions with Rollins and WWE regarding a contract extension as of yet. Now, they say, as you can imagine, by where he is and where he sits on the card in WWE, that Rollins is well liked. He's very well respected within the company. And Fightful's told that there will obviously be an offer made to Rollins at some point, with WWE sources even indicating that he would be made into a priority. When asking a WWE official, says Fightful, we were told we would not dispute that information as it pertains to his contract being up next year, and that Rollins would be made a priority. Now, WWE re-signed numerous talents to new deals in 2019 when AEW launched, locking numerous into long-term 5-year deals that were up in 2024. Fightful is unsure if Rollins was among those names. Now, Fightful did reach out to Rollins, but have not heard back. They will probably not hear back. Someone like that is not going to talk to the dirt sheets. As things stand, both Rollins and Becky Lynch's WWE deals are up in June. I want to throw it out there because I know it's going to be a talking point of some people, and I know it's going to be in the minds and in the discussions of several in the community. Is it that far-fetched for Rollins to leave the WWE? It's not. It's not. Rollins, I don't want to take anything away from Seth Rollins. I don't. But the fact of the matter is, some people may agree with this. Some people may not agree with this. The WWE audience is very bizarre. Rollins will always be number 2. It's as simple as that. He will never eclipse Roman Reigns. He's going to have to live in the shadow of Roman Reigns until Roman Reigns leaves the WWE, by which will be his choice, obviously, if he retires or if he goes to Hollywood. Rollins will be forever a number 2. Meanwhile, in the back of Rollins' mind, Rollins is a number 1. Rollins wrestles like a number 1. He carries himself like a number 1. He is, in his mind, a number 1. Do you want to remain a number 2 for the duration of your career? Or do you want to go somewhere else and be a number 1 and put it in the minds of WWE that you were always a number 1 by being a number 1 elsewhere? And it's not by Rollins' choice that he's a number 2. It's just the way of the hierarchy in WWE. I'm sorry, folks. It's just the fact of the entire situation. And Rollins going over to AEW would be obviously the choice that he would make if he wasn't going to re-sign with the WWE. I'm sure Tony Khan is looking at this and licking his lips already. Rollins may want to enter free agency to test the waters He may very well enter free agency like Randy Orton did and use AEW as a catalyst to get more money out of WWE. Or Rollins could just say, you know what, I'm going to test the waters and I'm going to go out there and do something different because I've done everything that there is to do in WWE and I am tired of being a number two. Rollins Omega, Rollins Danielson, Rollins Will Ospreay. Sounds like a damn good match to me if you're Seth Rollins and if you're Will Ospreay to take place at Wembley Stadium with the little back and forth, the little history that they had. I mean, if Rollins wants to be a number one, there's no better place to test that than in AEW. He is a number one on Raw, but that only gets you so far. How much of a number one is Seth Rollins? I mean, Tony Khan and AEW have their fucking slew of problems, which we all know and document every single week, but you can't take anything away from what Tony Khan has done to bolster that roster, probably the most impressive roster in the world of pro wrestling right now. There is, just on the sheer talent alone, no better place for Rollins to test how number one he really is. Again, fact. Now, do I think Rollins will leave WWE? No, I don't. I think Rollins has made a name for himself. Rollins made a home there. WWE will consider him a priority, which in every aspect should, because he is a top-tier talent. And you don't have many people like Rollins coming along. Whether you like him or not, you can't take anything away from Seth Rollins. He's a tremendous professional wrestler, and he has been at the upper hierarchy of WWE since the days of The Shield, when they got together and then were disbanded. Rollins is not leaving WWE. They will pay him whatever he wants. They will pay Becky Lynch whatever they want, that household, or whatever she wants. And that household is going to make bank in the summer of 2024. It's as simple as that. It's going to be a very telling situation with the whole CM Punk situation. I could see Rollins being pissed off about WWE allowing CM Punk back into WWE and then giving him preferential treatment. Because right now, listen, you want the facts. You want the fucking facts in WWE right now. Rollins may be number one on Monday Night Raw until CM Punk makes it official tonight on Monday Night Raw. Then Rollins moves down to number two. And Punk just got here after being away for 10 years. It's just the fact of the matter. Rollins will be number two under CM Punk. Is Rollins going to be okay with being a number two on his brand to somebody that has absolutely destroyed the company verbally over the last 10 years and now has waltzed on in and is Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden? Is he going to take lightly to that? Then Rollins is looking at the grand scheme of WWE, and now he's got Punk back. Cody is there. Roman is there. You may be looking at Seth Rollins. Realistically, Rollins in the back of his mind is number one, but in the hierarchy of WWE, he's number four. Is Rollins going to be okay with that? It seems like Rollins, what's the good analogy? Always the bridesmaid and never the bride. He's never going to be what he wants to be in WWE. AEW may give him everything that he desires. I don't know. But then you get to open up that can of worms in AEW. Oh, they're taking another WWE guy. They're further moving away from what really brought them to the dance and what made them unique and what made them the alternative. You bring in another ex-WWE guy. There's another homegrown talent moved down the fucking roster. Nobody's getting opportunity. Meanwhile, once upon a time, AEW used to be the land of opportunity. It's not going to be the land of opportunity anymore when fucking free agents come on in. McIntyre, Sheamus, and Rollins, and all these other fucking guys coming on in. That's talent roster moving down the ladder, not getting opportunity. It's going to be a very interesting situation. But at the end of the day, do I think Rollins is leaving WWE? No. Friends, family, loyalty, he will be paid. His wife is there. He wants to travel with his wife. He doesn't want to be away from his wife and his daughter. I mean, that's probably the most important thing out of everything to him. Why would he want to be away with that? What if Becky wants to stay and then he wants to go? He's going to have to make a choice. Sometimes you got to make a choice to fulfill your own happiness, but at the end of the day, you don't want that family dynamic separated. He's probably going to make the best decision for his family because that's the type of guy, from what I see, Seth Rollins is. He's not leaving WWE. They're going to make him an offer he can't refuse. But at the end of the day, I mean, facts are facts. He's going to have to live with the fact that even though he thinks he's number one, in WWE, he's not. And he won't be. In AEW, if he wants to go out there and test the waters and really push himself to the limit, being number one in AEW and testing your skills to be number one, AEW may be the best landing spot for him if WWE is not going to give him that number one position. It's okay with being number two or number three for the duration of your career. Sometimes it's just something that you can't control. It's just the fact of the matter. It's going to be a very interesting 2024. McIntyre's a free agent. He hasn't had contract negotiations yet with WWE. They're waiting on him for whatever reason. Sheamus, more than likely, out there. He's going to be a free agent. I could see him absolutely ending up in AEW. I could see the Bar with Cesaro, Claudio, getting back together in AEW. We got Dolph Ziggler, Ali, who else? Elias, Shelton Benjamin, all those, Matt Riddle, all those people that were let go 3 months ago. They're all free agents. I mean, the free agent pool, there is going to be a wide variety of talent going elsewhere, and it's going to be a very busy holiday season for those that were let go from the WWE. Where are they going to end up? It's going to be a great thing, man. It's good. Listen, AEW being around is a great thing. And you can't deny that. They got their own problems. How many of these talents can they actually take on? Like I said, you know, you can't operate that company with the amount of talent that they have right now that is starving for TV time. The talent that they should be pushing right now, they aren't because of the overbloated roster. What are you going to do when a Ziggler comes in or Ali comes in and a Matt Riddle comes in? Then you got McIntyre, Sheamus, Rollins. I mean, it's fucking crazy to even think about. But Rollins' free agency is going to be something that is going to be a major story to follow in 2024. I will keep you updated on all that situation as we get closer to that time frame next year. Speaking of Rollins, his priority right now, storyline-wise, revolves around CM Punk. Seth Rollins and CM Punk, the rumored night one main events of WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. And I do believe that is where they are going with it. And if they are not going with that, I think they're fucking crazy. Backstage news on what people in WWE are saying about CM Punk's backstage attitude. The night of Punk's return to WWE was received to a mixed response by not only those in the company, but fans as well. Punk supporters, obviously, are far and wide. He's got fans who will support him to the death. There are people that don't want anything to do with him. I know some of them personally. People in the company also feel the same way. They don't want him there, but they're going to do business with him. And then you got some that welcomed him back with open arms. Punk is right now on the verge of feuding with Seth Rollins going into WrestleMania. He's already made it a priority that he will win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania, giving us the promo on Friday night that he should have gave us a week before that on Monday. Mike Johnson of PW Insider reported on his elite portion of his podcast. And he said, backstage at WWE, even those that don't like Punk said he's been pleasant backstage by being jovial, relaxed, happy, and joking with several members of the roster. Although the angry person that Punk was during his first WWE run could emerge as the honeymoon period wears off, right now he's been great to everyone thus far. And he's going to. I don't really see CM Punk blowing up because he knows this is his meal ticket and this is his last chance to finish the career he wants to finish. And if he wants everything that comes along with it, which has been great so far, and WWE is going to treat him like a big star, they are going to have to be careful on their end, and Punk is going to have to work within the WWE guidelines. I don't see nothing happening here. I don't see Punk blowing up like he did in AEW and WWE. They will not stand it, and Punk knows this is his last chance. Plain and simple. And Charlotte Flair. Major injury to Charlotte Flair that occurred on Friday Night SmackDown may have her miss WrestleMania 40. The injury is believed to be fairly serious. WWE could be without Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania after a legit injury happened on Friday Night SmackDown in a match against Asuka. The injury happened when Flair did a spot in the corner on the top turnbuckle, seemingly twisted when falling, and immediately grabbed her knee. Now, if you watch the video, which you can find on social media, she hit the ropes on the way down, and her leg looked like it took a nasty spill over the top rope, and she was lying on the mat, emotional and in pain, telling Charles Robinson, the referee of that match, that her knee was hurt. Although she managed to continue with the spot, clearly injured, she needed assistance to get to the back during the commercial break. With WrestleMania right around the corner and seemingly it being a knee injury, WWE could be looking at a fairly lengthy time away for Charlotte Flair. PW Insider reports that although there is still no official diagnosis of this injury yet, she was pulled from Saturday and Sunday's live events. It was added that some in the company are extremely concerned the knee injury could be fairly serious. Now, we all know that we're not fans of Charlotte Flair here. I think Charlotte Flair is overexposed. I think she's overrated. And another WrestleMania main event with Charlotte Flair involved just looks and sounds ridiculous. She has nothing to do with the World Championship right now. Should not be in World Championship plans. The same could be said for Becky and Bianca. As a fresh revolving door of new talent comes on in, you're going to want to still push the old guard? Come on now. I think WWE needs to start building new stars so that when someone like this goes down, it's not really that big of a deal. And I don't want Charlotte Flair to main event another WrestleMania, but I don't want it to come at the expense of her missing 9 to 12 months with a fucking knee injury and a torn ACL. So that's not the way. This is not the way I wanted it to happen. I wish her the best in a hopeful and speedy recovery here. But Friday's match, it did not look good from what I saw on social media, and I will keep you guys updated on Charlotte. But right now, the knee injury is believed to be fairly serious with the potential that she does miss WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. And she's a part of this storyline with Damage Control and Bianca Belair. WWE's also now, with her being injured and out, has to reroute plans. And like I said on Friday, it should be Bayley. It should be about Bayley and kicking her out of Damage Control and then getting Bayley versus Io set for WrestleMania 40. So we'll see what happens there. I know, I don't want Charlotte at WrestleMania either. I know. Now that she's crying about Charlotte Flair, that is my exit to get the hell out of here, man. Let me know what you guys think of this story down below and the other stories that I've talked about here. What do you think of the Rollins free agency news? What do you think of CM Punk backstage? Let me know. Sound off in the comment section below. Guys, I will be back tonight with Monday Night Raw live right here on Off the Script, and I will have more news right here on OTS. See you guys later.